Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about a horror book that I recently finished called Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle. So let me just show you the cover first off. There we go. I got this in one of my Bundle Book Club boxes last month, and it came with a signed book plate, so I put it in it. And I buddy read this with one of my friends who is called Kathy. I will have a channel linked down below. She does have a channel, but she doesn't have any videos for it. And trust me, I have tried my best to get into making the whole videos for BookTube. But we are really good friends, and she gets this box as well. She gets the Bumble Book Club box, and she wanted to buddy read this specific book with me. So I thought, why not? I cannot give you any clip because she hasn't given me any video clips, because that's when I would usually insert one here. But she liked this book. The first half that she really liked it, and the second half was kind of a massive disappointment. It went in a different direction and she didn't like it as much. And I think that she thought the book was okay, but the ending kind of disappointed it for her. So Camp Damascus focuses around this kind of summer camp that specifically its speciality is to convert gay people to not be gay anymore, to make them straight. And I thought that was a kind of a fun element. Well, a book about summer camp, that's going to be good. I thought we were going to be going and spending a lot of time in this summer camp. The character was going to meet loads of these new friends while in this wooded setting in these cabins, and that you can see on the cover. I thought that we were going to be mostly in this camp setting, which is called Camp Damascus. But that wasn't the case. Camp Damascus is an element in this book, but it was an afterthought. It's kind of hard to describe. Let me just start with introducing you to the main character of this story, who is called Rose, who is extremely religious. Her family is religious, and the whole community is very religious as well. This whole book's backbone is very religious, focused, heavy. If you aren't familiar about that going in, I think that you might be taken by surprise, because I'm pretty sure the back doesn't mention that at all. But she is extremely religious, and Bible quotes are always referenced in the book. And she occasionally throws up all these flies for some unknown reason, and her parents kind of wave off, saying, "Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. Oh, we'll go back to what we were doing." And Rose kind of has these somewhat thoughts at the back of her mind about being attracted to other girls, finding, the girl's eyes are really nice, or she's a very attractive girl. And then as the story progresses, we find out that, and actually Rose finds out as well, that she went to Camp Damascus in the past. This whole story happens after the events that happened in the camp, and it focuses on the aftermath of that. What happens after she was supposedly cured of being gay? She is always seeing these demons around her, and these demons aren't like ghosts. She can like interact with them, and they do and she does, like, hurt them. She can be hurt, and there's all these figures, and these specifically this ghost, or this really haunting woman with white eyes that kind of stalks Rose. Doesn't really do anything, but she has these white eyes and this smile. And Rose discovers that she went to Camp Damascus. Her parents sent her there to this camp, and the church and the church that she's a member of agreed to this because of her being a lesbian at that time. They saw it as a thing that she had to be somewhat cured of being queer, and by sending her to this camp that has very questionable ways of converting someone. I won't say exactly what they do, but it's more than what appears to be on the surface. There is a lot of shady things going on at this camp. So I think that's where I want to leave the whole synopsis of this story, as I don't really want to mention anything else, otherwise I might say something that's spoiler related. I found the writing in this to be very okay, as it didn't really give me any issues. There wasn't any complex big words. It flowed really well. But my kind of nitpicking thing about it was, well, apart from the heavy religious backbone and structure of this book, because pretty much the foundations of this book is very religious heavy, and I'm not sure whether this is considered to be Christian fiction, but it did give me a lot of questions when I was thinking to myself, is this YA horror? Which is fair enough, there's nothing wrong with YA horror, but it seemed to be something that more of like people around their 20s would enjoy better than a full-grown adult would. The story, I felt, was very lackluster. It describes a lot of things excessively to a extreme degree, and you're like, okay, dude, we get the point. We know what's happening. I understand what's happening. Could we please move on to the next thing? The characters were fine. I didn't really connect with any of them, to be honest. I thought that they were simply okay, but there was really never any of that connection between the characters. I just thought that they were just fine, really. Now, where this book kind of let itself down for me personally is because you have this whole religious element in the book, and the religious element in this book sends these kids that are queer to this camp to cure them of being gay. So you would think that, so I would have really liked it if this book or Chuck kind of push boundaries and just like kind of like rock the boat, saying, oh well, religion is bad, we are all these people are really evil, they are doing questionable things. Is a religion good or bad, or are these people bad from this whole religion, as it converted them, as it made them evil? And I would have thought that they would have kind of said, oh, you are really bad, and this is wrong for you to be gay and queer. And that their motivations were never really established in the book. It was just like, we sent you to this camp because you're gay, yeah. And there was never really that, like, oh, God wrote in the book that someone's got to be X, Y, and Z, and we are ashamed of you, and all that stuff. And I thought it would have benefited Chuck if he kind of like done that and pushed the boat. Yes, he would have upset some people in the religious and queer community, but it would have made the book better and more gripping. Also, the queer aspect of it, about Rose being queer, I never really got that element or aspect or feeling that she was a queer woman or a girl or whatever. And I mean, going back, I mean, I was thinking about a book that related to like these two queer girls, and that was from Psychic Teenage Bloodbath. I believe these two girls were lovers, that they liked each other in that way, and that they were gay. And I got that in the first chapter, and it was very sweet. It was very sensual, and it made me really want to root for them because they were both lovers. But in this book, as I said, all that happens is that Rose kind of looks at a girl saying, "Oh, her eyes are good," or "she's very attractive." I mean, it's me. It's kind of like me looking at a guy and saying, "Oh, he's somewhat attractive," or I like what he's wearing. Kind of like that. There is a part where she kisses a girl at the end, but there really wasn't any of that romantic tension. I mean, it didn't really have to go full on or anything like that, but there really wasn't any of that believability that this character, who we were led to believe is queer, I mean, I didn't really believe that she was in the book. She was just someone that was around certain girls and she just found aspects of their body or personality attractive. So when I was reading this book, it was fine. The first half was fine. The middle kind of dragged for me. The ending, when Kathy was telling me that it upset her in some way, I was thinking, yes, this book is going to pick up. It's going to pick up because I love upsetting things in horror. It's really, really gripping. It, as I said, it pushes boundaries, and I was looking forward to it. And it was fine. It was fine. Yeah, but it was just okay. It was nothing groundbreaking. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, what I will say, it was a little bit boring at times. If I was reading this by myself, I probably would have DNF'd it about halfway through. But I'm pleased that I soldered through it and I read it and I at least gave the thing a chance. When it comes to what I think about Chuck Tingle, am I ever going to read anything by this person ever again? Who knows? Maybe if I get something else from him in my Vulnerable Book Club boxes, then yeah, sure, I will give them a read. But when it comes to, am I going to actively go out and buy stuff from this author? No. I mean, maybe they've written other good stuff, but this hasn't really made me think, oh my god, I have to read more from Chuck Tingle. It hasn't really done that, guys, to be honest. So with this book, unfortunately, I've got to give it a middle of the road score, and that is a 2.5 out of 5. It's disappointing as I liked the cover and I liked the premise of the book. I liked the synopsis at the back. But just so you know about what you're getting into, this book isn't about the characters that go to summer camp, and this whole book is very religious heavy. If that's your thing, I mean, I'm a religious person, but I didn't really know that going in. If I knew that going in, then maybe I would have tweaked my mind, saying, right, this book is going to be very religious heavy. And when I was even reading it, I was thinking, okay, Okay, we know this character in this whole community and everybody in this whole book is somewhat religious. Can we please move on? They have to have something else in their personality or something in the whole world that they have another interest in besides God and the Bible and Jesus. It's like they have to have something else, so another interest besides that whole aspect of their life. It's like, okay, I mean, I'm always reading, but there's more to me than books, if that made any sense. It was very good to read this, or buddy read this with Kathy. She did read it faster than me, but because I was reading other stuff during October, I kind of fell behind a little bit, but that's okay. But it was very enjoyable to buddy read this with Kathy, and I wouldn't mind doing another buddy read with her. So let me know, have you read this book, guys? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it was just simply okay? And with all that out of the way, guys, I'll see you on my next video.